Hi, my name is Kevin Fernandez and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do an unboxing video on the game for King and Country. This one is the second to last set. The last one was Brains and Bronze, but Jordan already got that one ahead of time. So this one's going to be the last one for us on this channel, featuring on this channel. But this is not the last one in the series. That was, of course, Brains and Bronze, which we have and we showed the video. In the Marvel Unmatched set. I like Winter Soldier, I like Black Widow, I like Black Panther. I know this is the one where everybody's kind of like, it's the head scratcher. Out of all the Marvel stuff, it's like, okay, we got Luke Cage, we got Moon Knight, we got Ghost Rider. Okay, yeah, Hell's Kitchen, we got Daredevil, we got Elektra, we got Bullseye. Yes! Okay, so then we move on to Teen Spirit. We have Ms. Marvel, we have Squirrel Girl, and we have Cloak and Dagger. Okay, and then it's like, all right, King and Country. What's in that? We have Black Panther, we have Black Widow, and we have Winter Soldier. Really? Okay. But I heard this is a good one. I heard it's an interesting one. Of course, they have that really good artwork. Everybody, that was Jordan's sneeze just a minute ago, so...
Sorry, everybody.
You can put
yes,
that...
I'm behind camera, so hi.
She's taking over the video now. This is Jordan's unboxing video. But, without further ado, let's crack this nut open, see what's inside. Okay, so here we go. Here's that, the box. We got that awesome Mondo Mondo Games artwork. I love the artwork on this so much. I mean, and I feel like with the comic book aesthetic, it looks so cool. We got our three main characters in the background. Kind of looks like some kind of Hydra silhouette or something like that. But we're gonna flip it over on its back, and it shows like some of the components that we're gonna encounter. And then we're gonna Alright, there we go. We're going to open up the box, and I just want to point off on the sides, like the artwork that's on the sides of the box. It just looks cool. Okay. So I can actually check off this whole list. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I can actually check off the whole list. So here's the rule book. Tells you how to play like, normal, unmatched, but then it adds like, what are the special rules for the set, because each set has its own like special rules that you have to follow, which is always really cool. So let's see. Before I believe I jump in, I'm just gonna, punch these, and I'm going to assemble them. Oh wait, I need the stuff. There we go, there we go. You didn't see anything. Okay, so we're gonna start with Winter Soldier's dial. So this is what it looks like on the inside. This is the back. And I'm gonna connect these two, and I'm gonna show you what it looks like assembled, of course, because that's just the kind of guy I am. Now, of course, I want to point out, this is a Marvel Unmatched set. However, it is not restricted to its own box. Just like a lot of the other Unmatched sets, this is compatible with any Unmatched set, including the latest Unmatched Adventures game, which is their cooperative board game. This is very much in that realm, which is kind of funny because that means they have the big three. The big three. Wizards, aliens, and androids. So, there we go. It's fully assembled. We got that. Okay, so Bucky's all done. And we're going to punch out. This is one of the tokens that we can pick up. Looks like we're on the helicarrier. That's pretty cool. Although granted, the coolest one is still Navy Pier. As someone who's from Illinois, I think the coolest one is Navy Pier. It's kind of cool to see something that I've gone to since I was like a little kid be featured on a board game. Because I know that Marvel does do like Chicago and Illinois and stuff sometimes, but it's kind of weird. It's like they kind of like abandoned it later on and just stuck to New York after that. So it's kind of cool to see that it's like, okay, we haven't forgotten you entirely. Which was weird because I thought that Ms. Marvel was based in New Jersey. I don't know. Okay, so we have Black Panther's dial. And we have the back purple. Okay. So those of you, if you are like me, and you're a big fan of purple, you all know which character you're going to pick already. And now we're going to do his sidekick. Black Panther has a sidekick. For those of you who are wondering, it is his little sister Shuri. I think Jordan said no one was wondering that.
I said no surprise there.
Oh. Which, again, it's still very weird to hear that in this set, mostly because if you guys know the history of Marvel, like Stan Lee like really hated sidekicks. That's why when he became like one of the major guys in charge of Marvel, he like pretty much eliminated sidekicks from Marvel. So we got new items. More new items. And now we're gonna do Black Widow. So it is weird. The name Sidekick is just the name that they have in the game. It's just the name they have in the game. They're not like actual sidekicks. You know. But yeah, he hated sidekicks, especially he hated that they were teenagers and kind of made this rule where teenagers can't be like heroes. So that's why he created like stuff like Spider-Man and X-Men where the teenagers were the heroes. And everybody said, that's not going to make money. Because the teenager's supposed to be the sidekick, not the hero. And guess what? It made money! And there's Black Widow's dial right there. She's got her like traditional hourglass. Jordan's trying to peek. And we got another item right here. Another item. These are mostly tech stuff. And now I gotta do Black Widow's sidekick. Okay, we're assembling the sidekicks dial. And I'll show you what it looks like, of course, when we're done. And there you go, there's Maria Hill's dial. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at the map. So this is the side that I like to play on. This is the fully assembled side with all the different colors and everything like that. I really do like it. And of course you can play a full 4-player game on this board. And we got our underside. This is for the people who just like to appreciate the artwork on the board. I don't know. I like the other side better. And of course this is the helicarrier. Under attack, as per usual. Really seems like it's a bad idea. Okay, so I'm going to just work from the top and move down. But first we're going to start with the sidekick because Black Widow is our first character. So, of course, we gotta pull out the sidekicks, get them ready. That's garbage. Okay, so we're gonna have, there's our Maria Hill token right there. Of course, she has health because she's a solo token. Okay, so there's Black Widow. Whew. Okay, seems like it fits. I don't know, I had this problem before. I'm just a little worried that it's like, oh no, not again. Because the stand is a little loose, but hopefully it'll hold. So we'll put that back. And of course I'll put the dials in there, as well as the sidekick. But hopefully that's not going to be an issue. We had that with Sherlock Holmes when I got Cobble and Fog. Okay, so here's her hero card, and of course she and Maria move 2. They're both ranged, and the ability is mission ready. Before drawing your starting hand, add the Moscow Protocol, which is the card right here, to your hand, then shuffle your deck and draw 5 cards. Your starting hand is 6 instead of 5. Okay, Moscow Protocol, which is an opposing fighter took damage this turn. Draw 1 card and gain 1 and acquire 1 new mission. These are missions, they're not schemes, by the way. And so then we have the Budapest Gambit. You guys remember Budapest very differently. So you have 2 or fewer cards, other cards in your hand. You draw 5 cards. Each opponent discards 1 random card, and you acquire a new mission. Oh, there's only 1 of this one. So I'm going to have to kind of just show you this one and then read it. That's the Kenosha Directive. I do apologize for the pronunciation on these. Okay, and you choose an opponent and they discard 2 cards. So there's only 1 of those, so it must be considered to be pretty powerful. And then we have the Imposter section, and that one does mission. Black Widow is in an opponent's starting space. Deal 2 damage to each of that opponent's fighters and acquire a new mission. Alright, now we can go back to here. Caught in a Web. Cancel all after combat effects on your opponent's card. Oh, that is cool. That is really cool. Maybe that'll help me against the aliens. Double identity. Immediately, Black Widow and Maria Hill may swap spaces. If they do, your other fighter is now the defender. Okay, and we got Fake Out. After combat, if you lost the combat, draw 1 card and gain 1 action. And then, of course, the favorite, Fent. Cancel all effects. I don't even need to look at that because it's Fent is in almost every single set. I think they've reduced it though in certain sets. So then we got this card, which is Acting Director of S.H.I.E.L.D. After combat, move each of your fighters up to 3 spaces. They may move through opposing fighters, then shuffle 1 scheme from your discard pile into your deck. Then we got the Life Model Decoy. After combat, if Maria Hill was defeated, place her adjacent to Black Widow. If you do, set Maria Hill's health 2, 3. Then we got the Widow's Bite. After combat, if you won the combat, your opponent discards 1 card. By the way, I love the artwork in all these sets. It's the best part about this game. It's so cool. Widow's Kiss. The opposing fighter may not leave their space for the rest of the turn. Widow's Line. After combat, move the opposing fighter up to 2 spaces. So cool. And then finally, we have Widow's Sting. Move Black Widow up to 3 spaces after combat. So cool. Can't wait to play with these new characters. I'm going to place Winter Soldier's stuff here. Plus, I'm going to take all of the items that I've been kind of like goofing around with. I'm going to tuck them away. Oh, I gotta show the Winter Soldier figure. These figures all kind of look a little weird with their stands, but I mean, it doesn't seem to fall, so I'm not gonna make a big deal out of this. But we got our Winter Soldier figure. Again, I love the detail in these figures. So great. Like, you don't really need to paint them. Oh, this needs to go with the Black Widow. I don't know why that's... So we got Winter Soldier. He is a ranged hero. He only moves 2. I'm gonna have the feeling that Black Panther's the fastest. Effects on Winter Soldier cards cannot be canceled, and he's brainwashed. So, and that actually has like a big play in his game. So we have a boy named Bucky, and this card is a very good card. So you ignore the Silver Star effect on your cards for the rest of your turn, and you gain an action. So we have Bionic Arm. If the Winter Soldier is adjacent to the opposing fighter, the value of this card is 6 instead. However, if you did not play a boy named Bucky before you played this card, after combat your opponent moves each of their fighters up to 5 spaces. Because that's like his Hydra side taking over. So we're going to go, here's the next card, which is Born in the Barracks. If you won the combat, Winter Soldier recovers 2 health, and it does not have the winter... It's mostly for attacks, I believe, that affects you. You complete the mission, you may boost this card. After combat, deal damage to the opposing fighter equal to the amount of combat damage you took. And then we got the Fent cards, you know, cancel all effects of the card your opponent recently played. Then we got Manipulation. Draw until you have 5 cards in your hand, and it does have the Silver Star, which is each opponent may draw until they have 5 cards in their hand, unless you play a boy named Bucky first. A boy named Bucky. Okay, then we got Marksman. During combat, add +1 to this card's value for each space between you and your opposing fighter along the shortest path. Oh, here we go. Program to kill. If you won the combat, you take 2 damage. However, you know, if you played a boy named Bucky before you did that, you're good. So we got another one. Reflex Memories. After combat, discard 2 cards, 2 random cards, then draw 2 cards. It's not that bad. That one's actually pretty nice. Discard 2 random cards, then you get to draw 2 cards. So you get to, after combat, this is reprogrammed, choose 3 cards in your discard pile, shuffle them into your deck. Pretty cool. Because for those of you who are new to Unmatched, and you just clicked on this because you saw Marvel, you don't get to reshuffle your deck when you run out of cards. You run out of cards, you take 2 damage every time you maneuver. So every time you move, you take 2 damage. Willy fighting. Deal 1 damage to each opposing fighter adjacent to Winter Soldier. We're on our last card, which is Without Remorse. Your opponent may draw a card that, unless you play a boy named Bucky, but it does 6 damage, so I don't know, even without that, I would take that risk. And now we're on Black Panther. So we're gonna start with the figures. We got the Black Panther figure. Just trying to. Okay, so it's just. Okay, we're good. But look at that figure. Oh, so good. It's a little loose on the base, but it doesn't fall out. So that's the part that I'm more worried about. Like, you know, these 3 figures are a little loose on the base, but it's not falling out. That was the problem with the Sherlock Holmes one. It was completely falling out. So this won't be that problem. So that problem's not present in this. That's pretty cool. We got Shuri. Okay. Now Black Panther. No surprise, he is a melee character. And Shuri is a ranged character because she has those like panther jaw laser cannons that she has for herself. Like, and so I will read Black Panther's ability. First, he has the vibranium suit. Whenever you boost, draw 1 card. Cards stored in your vibranium suit can only be used to boost. So here's the vibranium suit. It's kind of like, you know, when he builds up all that energy and then they have that big, he releases all that energy, you know, the big shockwave he creates. Pretty cool. So we got Analyze and Adjust. After combat, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck and store it in the vibranium suit. You can take your opponent, that's one cool thing I love about Black Panther, is you can take your opponent's card and store it in your vibranium suit, so you can actually make them suffer. After Ancestral Insight, after combat, if you won the combat, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck and store it in your vibranium suit. They keep losing cards, you gain cards. This is pretty cool. Anti-Metal Clause. During combat, add the boost value of your opposing fighter's card to this card's value. Then you may boost this card. And then, of course, you add it to your vibranium suit. So then we have Cat-like Reflexes. If you won the combat, move one of the fighters in the combat 3 spaces. Then we got Evade. After combat, you get to draw a card. It's pretty cool. And then, of course, we have Fent. This is what it looks like. And, of course, you know, you get to cancel your opponent's card's effects immediately. Then we have Microwave Mesh. Microwave Mesh. You may boost this card during combat, of course. Now we have some Shuri cards. So this one is Nano Trage Processor. I apologize if I butchered that. I'm not that good with science pronunciation stuff. Shuri recovers 1 health. If Black Panther is in the same zone as Shuri, he also recovers a health. That's pretty cool. So it's kind of like Holmes and Watson. Like there's a card where if Watson's in the same location, Holmes also gets to benefit from that card too. So we got Regroup. Draw 1 card. If you won the combat, you get to draw 2 instead. Hopefully you won the combat. Alright, Stalking Panther. Move each of your fighters up to 3 spaces. They may move through opposing fighters, but then you get to gain an action, which is really cool. I really like that. Tactical Remote Scanning. That one I could pronounce. Okay. Choose an opponent, reveal the top 2 cards of their deck, and store them in your vibranium suit. Oh my god. You get to steal so many of their cards. I love that. Wakanda Forever. You may boost this card up to 2 times. Draw a card for Black Panther's special ability each time you boost. That is cool, but at the same time, I can see how that can be troublesome. Vibranium Shockwave. During combat, you may boost this card. It's got 2 combat. So we're going to place the deck back in there. We're going to place that right there. I'm going to place this board right there. We're going to place the rules right there, and we're going to slap on that lid. And there you go, Marvel Unmatched for King and Country. Well, there you go. That's everything inside Marvel's Unmatched King and Country. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell to be notified for videos just like this. And you know what? I've actually done so many. I've done all of the Marvel Unmatched unboxings minus Deadpool. That, you know, I'm thinking about writing a how to play video for the 3-player rules in for these Marvel Unmatched sets. But I don't know which one I want to use, so you guys can help me out here. Leave it in the comments below of which one specifically do you want me to use, and would you like me to mix and match with the Marvel sets? So maybe not use for King and Country or Brains and Bronze or Hell's Kitchen or Teen Spirit or Redemption Row. We just use a different combination of these things. And of course, we'll do a gameplay video to do that, to match. We'll just need to get a 3rd player. That might not be so hard. But other than that, you know, of course, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to be notified when that video will drop. And if you're a big fan of the channel as a whole, consider becoming a Patreon supporter on our Patreon page. You can support us for as little as $1 a month, which gives you early access to how to play videos like how to play Marvel's Unmatched. So I'll leave a link to that in the description below, and I'd like to thank our current Patreon supporters. Your donations mean a lot to this channel and help us do what we do, so thank you very much. Be on the lookout for our next unboxing video, but until then, thanks for the views.